The internet during Trump's presidency became wrought with isolation and misinformation, with communities sectioning themselves away from public forums. You could argue it was like that under the Obama administration, or even the Bush administration, but it is undeniable that it was under the Trump administration that gated communities became popular online, and we entered the age of echo chambers. Trump-era politics combined with social media algorithms incentivize sensationalist media and appealing to an audience that already agrees with you, over engaging in discussion with those you oppose. Instead of discussing with people on the internet at large, people stick to small communities where they know they won't be challenged by others. They shut themselves in their echo chambers where they reinforce their own beliefs. No one comes after them for their beliefs, but no one develops their beliefs and understanding. And as fans of the series know, that's a dystopia proposed by Hideo Kojima in the popular game series Metal Gear Solid. But the particularly important thing is that Kojima didn't just predict this stage of the internet age, but also the solution to it. So, with society at an impasse with censorship versus complete freedom on the internet, it's important to look at both futures Kojima presents in Metal Gear Solid. First, our current situation, shown in Metal Gear Solid 2. Though it's hinted at and shown throughout the game, the focus comes from a coded call at the end, where the Patriots AI explains to Raiden the shortcomings of humans in the internet age. The AI describes society's problems, among which are reliance on half-truths to spare ourselves from the truth, an inability to sort between important and junk information preventing proper social action, and the spiraling of untested truths into echo chambers supporting them. And that is, to a T, what the online experience is like now. People create convenient workarounds to the truth to console themselves, like Trump voters insisting the election was rigged, or Biden supporters dismissing allegations of sexual assault as sabotage from Republicans. The intra-party war over what really matters is one consistently fought, like Democrats arguing over the intricacies of the Israel-Palestine conflict, a debate that distracts from the topic itself. And, of course, people would rather stick in their bubbles of people who support their version of reality than talk to those with opposing views, leading to everyone being in an echo chamber, slowly leaking false information back into society, like conservative networks slowly feeding misinformation into the public conscious. The first dystopia presented by Kojima, the world dominated by echo chambers and unfiltered information, is the one we live in. Kojima's second dystopia, the authoritarian state, is also in Metal Gear Solid 2, and is sold as the solution to our current predicament. In it, the Patriots and their AI are able to filter all information that is published, as the Patriots consider the best way to spark action in people is to change their perception of reality, which is done by controlling the content they consume. By controlling every bit of information people consume, free will is replaced with the motivations created by the Patriots. In-game, this is demonstrated by the S3 project, in which every person involved in the project has artificial motivations constructed by the Patriots, like the members of Dead Cell becoming a terrorist organization, or Raiden taking on the entire mission and killing his father, all to suit the needs of the Patriots. Regardless of the ethics of controlling content, it does serve its purpose as a counter to echo chambers. The creation of a singular reality that is fed to everyone forces people out of their gated communities, ensuring a public forum of discussion. It ensures things get done, as demonstrated by Raiden's eagerness to complete the mission given to him, as there will be no conflict over what information is important and what can be ignored in this manufactured reality. And as the AI describes its main goal, it creates context, deriving meaning from the infinite amount of junk data posted every day, allowing social change to thrive and preserving only the most important information so that future generations may learn from it, rather than have to sift through endless amounts of meaningless information. Ultimately, controlling content to create a single reality for everyone creates context for everything that happens, which gives everyone a baseline to discuss and the will to make positive change of reality, benefiting society and making up for humanity's shortcomings in the internet age. The problem with this solution comes in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Fates of Pain. Skullface, enemy of the Patriots, wants to eliminate the English language and start a Cold War to counter the Patriots' authoritarian plans. That's because, as he sees it, controlling content is not a solution, but its own problem. It unifies a society, but removes free will. makes people care about what's important, but forcefully changes people's realities, destroys junk data, but destroys the identities that were formed from that seemingly meaningless information. He also points out a glaring issue. The unification of diverse viewpoints eliminates said diversity and, consequently, the self, leaving only the state. Skullface's radical solution of isolating nations and creating equality in terms of nuclear armament would trend in the opposite direction of what the Patriots want. Rather than solving echo chambers through creating a singular reality, Skullface wants to eliminate communication between nations, between communities, and reinforce echo chambers, allowing every contrasting reality to exist without the influence of others. It would eliminate the public forum, but the people would not be controlled, their data unfiltered, and their identities remain intact. It's Kojima's third dystopia. There is no communication between nations. Every nation believes the end of the world is nigh because nuclear weapons are in abundance, and an entire language would be destroyed in pursuit of peace, but it would promote equality and free will instead of the authoritarian state the Patriots employed. Clearly, every possibility has its problems. If we wish to censor information and enforce truth, we lose our individual realities, we lose our free will, and we lose our identities to the unification of society. If we wish to continue supporting echo chambers to support free will and individuality, we lose the truth, we lose connection to others, and we lose any hope of progress as a society. If the future presented by the Metal Gear Solid games is to be believed, there is no good option, whether we take action against the echo chambers or embrace them. But that's where Kojima's most recent game, Death Stranding, comes into play. It highlights the importance of connection with individuality, the individuality that the Patriots didn't account for, and the connection Skullface refused to acknowledge. Social media has its negatives, the reinforcement of echo chambers and false truths, but it's also a tool for social progress, one that should not be hindered because of its negatives. Going forward, we can't force anything. If people want to shut themselves in their echo chamber, that's fine, it's their choice to do so. What matters is that a public forum is encouraged without censorship. No content is filtered, we each decide our own reality. But we have to be willing to talk to people who disagree with us, because that's how we connect. And in the age of both social and political isolation, connection is what we need.